Hey, what's up, man?
A lot of things, brother. A lot of things. Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I'm Phil Robinson. This is Phil Jones, and we're doing switching it up. Normally we talk about sports, but today we have more pressing business.
I usually don't get into politics. I try not to, but as human beings, being an American, you guys need to understand that our democracy is truly under attack right now. And that insurrection that happened yesterday at the U.S. Capitol made no damn sense. We had MAGA supporters, Proud Boys rushing right through the U.S. Capitol, looking to do harm too.
Mm-hmm.
This was we can just brush it off. First off, they built a stand with a noose out there.
A gallows.
A gallows, well, we can say that, yes. And they're attacking the police. Now, and I try not to make shit about race, but I'm going to just say this. You have majority whites here that are part of Proud Boys and MAGA, and they went and rushed through there, and cops, Capitol Police, didn't do a thing. Not one thing. Now, if there's Black Lives Matter or black folks protesting about equal rights, civil rights, be real, we probably would have been shot. You have a man running through the halls of the Capitol with a Confederate flag being waved. Phil, I mean, seriously, what the hell is going on?
It's deeper than that. They just ran through, because you'll see videos and pictures of the police literally opening the barricades and letting them through. You'll see pictures of cops taking selfies with these rioters, with these domestic terrorists in the halls of the people.
Say that again. Say that. You said the key word right there.
You will see police taking pictures with these domestic terrorists.
Domestic terrorists. And that's what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. In the halls of our Capitol building, while we are trying to conduct our democratic business and enable the will of the people. There was absolutely no grounds for this, no basis. This has never happened before. A lot of things have happened in this country, be it racism, slavery, civil war, but nobody has ever breached the Capitol building
the way this happened, Phil. If you go back in history, the way this literally reminds me of when the British breached the White House
in 1812, right?
Yeah.
That was the last time, but excuse me. So it has happened before. It hasn't happened in 200 years, 200 plus years.
And I know some people are trying to say, well, you had other protests. These weren't protesters. This was planned.
Yes.
This was planned. This was as they had shirts out there. And mind you, I work in DC, and I was all in the mix of this madness yesterday. And I'm going to say this. They had shirts out there saying MAGA Civil War with yesterday's date on. They knew what they were doing. They had this planned out.
It's called the Wild Protest is what it was called, according to Raw Story.
That's not a wild protest. You know what that is called? That was called a coup.
Because the president, as I'm just now seeing, actually told his base that he was going to be out there with them. His lawyer called for a trial by combat. We're not in the fucking dark ages.
Hey, hold on. He said what?
He called for a trial by combat. Actually, it's in our private chat. You should pull that up and we should watch the video.
Oh man. Hey yo, a trial by combat.
Oh yeah.
What is he thinking? Is he thinking like what? This is Star Trek, and he's like the Klingon. They fighting trial by con. What the fuck?
I have no idea. None
As a
whatsoever.
society, this is what we've come to. We're acting like something that you would hear in another country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, this is something that you would hear in another country. And we're all sitting in the news watching like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. It's now vice versa now, because other countries, France, Canada, they're all looking at us like, what the hell are y'all doing? What has happened to you guys?
It's not that this is a new thing either. This is a culmination. And what people need to realize is that this is entirely the sum of the last 4 years, the sum of the last 2 years, as it's come up to the presidential reelection campaign, when it became obvious to him and the Republicans that they were not going to win this election. That no matter what they said, no matter how much voter suppression they went in and eliminated polling places so that they could make it harder for people to vote, get to and above all the means that they were using to try and disqualify votes in order to ensure an election for Trump. Russia got him the first one. That voter suppression was supposed to get him the second one. But what he failed to realize was that people were hip to the game and that people had had enough. And for everybody who's saying that this was a protest and what about Black Lives Matter? Nobody from MAGA has been killed by the police with a knee on their neck in a situation where they were perfectly subdued and not struggling. They were complying. Because that's the big thing that everybody that was going on with Black Lives Matter. Maybe they should just comply. These people broke through the ranks of Capitol Police, stormed into the Capitol, broke through, breaking and entering, got in, and 4 people died. We talk about the lady who lost her life.
Well, let me hit on that. Let me enlighten some folks on that right there. First off, I don't, it's sad that somebody's died, but you went into federal government. You went into a government building where you have lawmakers there. You have Secret Service there. I want you guys to understand this right now. There's Secret Service there. It's not just U.S. Capitol Police. It's also Secret Service there with your lawmakers. The fact that they had to barricade one part of a room so they could not get in, I'm going to let you guys know. If they break through a barricade, Secret Service right then and there had the right to put a bullet in your ass. I'm going to let you know they have every right to put a bullet in your ass, because right there you had the intent. With you clawing through, getting through glass, you don't matter if you're getting your hands cut up, you're coming at them like savages. And a first line, and you're wondering like, you know what? All I have on me is my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And you're coming at me. You guys got sticks in your hands. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know if you're going to hurt this congressman or senator.
Pipe bomb.
My job is to protect them. And that's what happened. They did their job right there. Now, Capitol Police's chief just resigned because he did not do his job. They let them walk into the Capitol.
Yes.
I'm going to repeat that one more time. They let them walk in there.
Opened the barricade.
They were coming there. You only put probably about 4 or 5 officers right there at one post, where you should have been already in contact with Metropolitan Police. You should have been in contact saying, hey, we might need to get the National Guard down here.
Only the National Guard refused to come.
No, I'm not going to say the National Guard refused to come. It was the higher ups over the National Guard. because Larry Hogan, the Maryland governor, he literally called right when they got the first call. He had to wait an hour and 30 for them to get down there. Same as Virginia's governor calling them to get down there. This was an act of terror. Domestic terror, that is. So anybody looking to say that, oh, we need to compare. No, nobody shouldn't be comparing shit. Mm-hmm. What happened here was an insurrection. What happened here was wrong. What happened here, damn near un-American, and damn right an attack on our democracy.
Not damn near un-American. It was as un-American as you can possibly get. Attacking the very fabric of our democracy, the voting process, attempting to overthrow the government. That's what they were trying to do, to make sure that they imposed their king in office and he stays in power as long as he sees fit.
And you know what? I didn't see this. We didn't see this with Clinton. We didn't see this with Obama. W. Bush. We didn't see this with Obama.
Daddy Bush
shit. Damn, you didn't even see this shit with Nixon.
You didn't. More importantly, you didn't see this with Al Gore. Now, if you want to go back in history, the closest person who would have an argument similar to this would be Al Gore. And even he did not do this. Al Gore was the first presidential nominee to come up with that recount, the Florida recount that gave that Jeb the hand delivered to his brother so he could get the presidency.
Right. This is frustrating. This is truly frustrating because, like I said, that Gallo, that noose right there, that's still sticking with me right now.
That noose, that angry mob who would have, had they been able to get to lawmakers, would have drugged them out and probably started hanging legislatures one after another.
First off, no, they're going to go for a minority legislator.
Right?
I'm going to be real right there.
No.
You hear how many of them talk about they saying they can't stand AOC or Omar.
Rashida Tlaib. And
you look at those names that Donald Trump has gotten pissed off with, has lashed out and had his folks lash out at them. They gonna come right after them. Think about it. We have a problem in our country. We need to get this shit fixed. Now, not next week, but now. It's a problem.
And in order to do so, we need to stop and look at ourselves and realize, left or right, center, whatever your affiliation is still an American. We are an American on the left. We are an American on the right. We are an Americans in the center. Liberal, conservative, moderates, whatever you want to call yourself. Libertarians, Green Party, independents. We are all Americans. And if you condone this type of behavior, there is no place for you in America. Period.
I'm literally seeing people trying to justify this.
But and there is no justification for this.
And that's the sick part about this. There are people in the past 24 hours trying to justify this. People screaming, oh, the woman that got shot. Oh, this was terrible. They were wrong for shooting her. No, they weren't. Not one damn bit.
Not one bit.
Because y'all know my ass had did some shit like that. They would have put about 4 or 5 rounds in my ass.
And as much as we try not to make things about race, she was inside the building. Black Lives Matter didn't even get close to the building. Black people as a whole, people of color would have been shot dead at the steps,
right?
let alone let them get to the door. This is a clear demonstration of entitlement and privilege, because this is not the first time the Capitol's been stormed. I believe they did that again they did it a couple years back in Oregon.
Yeah, it held up in there saying that, we own it, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
FBI. Yeah, that was shit show.
And this has got to stop. There is a thing called compromise, and we all need to learn it on every side, because we cannot be Americans without compromising, without working together. There's not two Americas, there's not three Americas, there is only one. And whenever you go out and you spread, and the leader is lying to the people day in, day out, every day for years. It reminds me of what Hitler said in Mein Kampf. If you want the people to believe a lie, you tell a big one. People won't believe a little lie, but if you keep feeding them a big one, eventually they will start to believe it. And there are 75 million people who believe the lies that Trump has been spreading, that Giuliani has been spreading, that the Republican Party has been spreading. Like Biden just got through saying in his press conference, announced Merrick Garland as the Attorney General. Trump's people have been to court over 60 times. And in 60 appearances in court, they have not been able to prove fraud once. It is a baseless accusation. It has no merit. It's nothing more than lies. And when you start telling lies and people start believing lies, you get to a point where we have what we had yesterday. We need the truth. Everybody needs to be told the truth, whether it's the right-wing media, the fringe media, the left media. The truth needs to be told. It needs to be heard. It needs to be understood so that we can heal and come together, because this ain't it. And as long as everybody still thinks that they're not being told the truth, nothing is going to change. It's only going to get worse.
I'm going to tell you this right now. They're not done.
No, not by a long
time. They plan on coming back and doing this again. This was said last night.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be handled quick and swift. No ifs or buts. It needs to be handled. And here's the thing. Nobody in DC that owns a business should be having to shut down because of shit like this. Nobody that owns a business that's giving you coffee, breakfast, and all that, being harassed because you're of a different race, and then trying to blame a virus on the race. You know, that was my last straw yesterday, bro. I couldn't believe that shit. Well, I do believe it, but
that's where we are. That's what we have to believe now. We have to know that from the leadership that we've been under the last 4 years, that's where we are. We're blaming viruses on a race. And that's when we're acknowledging that it's not a hoax, that all of the Americans that have died, all of the people that are getting sick, all of the reasons that we've needed to be on lockdown or be on restriction because people are not smart enough to keep their own selves healthy and do what needs to be done, is being blamed on somebody else. Everything is China's fault. Everything is China's fault. Meanwhile, your intelligence community tells you that it's the Russians that are putting bounties on soldiers. It's the Russians that are hacking our infrastructure. It's the Russians who are meddling in our elections. But no, it's not. Putin said it wasn't them. It must not be them. That's good enough for me. All of the lies that we've been told over the course of these last 4 years have all culminated up to this moment of what we saw yesterday.
I'm going to say this, real talk. As a society right now, we got to work together. Seriously.
Broken doesn't even.
We really got to cut the shit and start working together because we still dealing with a pandemic. That's the first thing. People are dying still by the day. It's not a fake because, you know, a good damn handful of us had to bury people over this shit, and God rest their souls. But this shit's got to stop. We got rules they're trying to set in. Follow them. Keep your damn mask on. They got the vaccine. They're working on that. You need to take it. Take it. We got to find ways, and it's gonna have to take all of us. And I know you've heard the same thing over and over again. You hear it every day on the news, but maybe you got to hear it from people that are like right on the same level as you, because we about on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm gonna get to you on that one.
Oh, so maybe not you, Phil, you white liberal elite.
Yeah, that was funny, bro. Apparently, I'm being called I'm in an elite circle.
Yes,
I'm an elitist.
An elitist.
With high, oh man, that was funny, Phil. That was funny. Like this, like that is by far the funniest thing. I should just go on and read it to you right now.
Uncle Ruckus ass over there.
Hey, bro, I'm just gonna read it. Like this was hilarious. Like I couldn't believe this man's like coming around here just throwing bullshit.
Yeah, but
any brother asks Phil Jones his solutions to racial divide in this country. He'll be back to you after he checks with his white elite friends first. He's the biggest phony around.
Big phony.
I said, this is hilarious. He responds back. Expected response from a dude who travels to the elite circle. Phil's solution to everything is to ask his elitist white friends. Get the hell out of here. Bro, that's by far the funniest. The funniest. It's asinine, but I laugh at it because I'm just like, this is where we're at now. I speak the truth, and then it goes right into that category.
And
I mean,
once again, it's also indicative of where we are because there is such a disregard for the truth, such a non-appetite for it, that when people are told the truth, this is how they respond. They go on the attack. They discredit those who tell them the truth. They tell everybody that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Why are you listening to him? The massive disinformation campaign that has suddenly come on with this administration is astounding. It's mind-boggling, mind-blowing, and more to the point, it is incredibly dangerous. Has been incredibly dangerous and has ran unchecked for far too long. Chaos. That's what comes from disinformation, is chaos. And that's what we have. Is everything perfect in this country? No. Do things need to change on both sides? Absolutely. But the only way to make lasting change is to make it together, not in spite of one side or in spite of the other. But this disinformational shit has got to stop, and it's got to end now. You can't be on here spreading lies. You can't take the most powerful office in the world and use it to spread lies and expect good results.
Oh man, I'm just so they're gonna get ready to invoke the 25th Amendment.
Nancy Pelosi called for the 25th Amendment, called on Pence to do it. They asked him to do it yesterday because when shit hit the fan and America needed a leader, Trump was nowhere to be found. He was in the White House. Oh, everybody, you need to go home. I support you. I know what's going on. The fraud, everything that he said to whip the people, whip his base into frenzy enough to commit an act of terrorism on domestic soil,
right?
is what he repeated when he told people to go home. How do you tell somebody to go home and then throw back in there the same thing that brought them there in the first place? But while he was sitting there doing that, working his thumbs on Twitter, being begged by his aides to say something to stop this, Mike Pence, who he had already thrown under the bus, told that he needed to do something to fix this election in his favor, had to step up and be the president that we needed. He needed to step up and coordinate the efforts to quell this rebellion, quell this coup, and restore order to the people's capital so that they could finish the people's business.
Yeah. Look,
the voice of reason, the savior to our coup was Mike Pence.
that's how you know hell done froze over, but it just comes to terms where like enough is enough. And right there, that just showed that. I mean, this man, we can't stand Mike Pence, but he just said, well, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
It has gotten to a point where people have had to were left with no choice but to do the right thing.
No, and you're gonna have to, but the thing of it is, because shit has went too far down the rabbit hole, that if you don't want to be brought up in history books, because this is going to be in history books for your younger kids, my nephew, to be honest, everybody's child and newborn, it's going to be in the history books where they're going to go back and be like, mommy, daddy, granddad, what the hell were y'all thinking back then?
It really epitomizes the danger of lying to people their entire lives. Like you said earlier, you saw a guy walking through the halls of the Capitol with a Confederate flag. People in the South have been lying to their kids, their grandkids, their great grandkids forever about the glory of the Confederacy. There was nothing glorious about it. And it lasted 4 years, literally as long as Trump's presidency, and then it was done. But people have not let it go. People have glorified it to the point where, 150, 160 years later?
Yeah.
This was their ultimate victory, to finally get a Confederate flag in the Capitol building, to try and overthrow the U.S. government as it is and bring back the glory of the Confederacy, bring back the glory of the state, the South, to steal control of the country from those who have it.
Phil, I don't know, man. I'm done with it. This shit.
I wish that I could be done with it.
What I mean I'm done with, I'm just done with it. I'm just done with the bullshit, you know? It's tongue tying, and it's just a lot on my damn mind where it's just things need to be handled. Things need to be handled.
In 2016, I didn't want to vote for Hillary. I didn't want. Bernie was my guy. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
When I saw Trump running for office, I thought there was no way that they would elect this man for all of the things that he said, for all of the crimes that he's committed, all of the sexual assaults that he's committed, all of the bankruptcies. I thought that there was no way possible that he would be elected. When he was elected, I feared that at some point during his administration, we would come to the exact ending, the exact thing, the exact streak of events that happened yesterday. I was told I was a conspiracy theorist. I was told I didn't know what I was talking about. I was told I didn't know anything. I was told I was wrong about this. Give it a chance. Literally everything. The only thing that I thought would happen that has not happened is Trump taking us into war.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to kind of like don't jinx us on that one, bro.
Well, they're doing their active. The Congress has got a plan in place they are working actively to get him out of office, because this seditious act, even what Rudy was, like I said, I sincerely hope you can pull that up in the private chat and play it with the shared screen. But calling for a trial by combat is treason. There's no other way to
hold up. So my whole thing is this. So we're gonna see Donald Trump versus Joe Biden in trial by combat. Think about that. We're gonna see Mr. I eat Big Macs and drink Diet Cokes and wears Depends with a waist 58 going up against an old but in shape, athletic Joe Biden. That's going to be funny as hell. Trial by combat. Okay.
It would be funny if it literally had not got.
No, I'm not. I might be having my little like snickering with it, but I'm just like, Donald Trump ain't in no damn shape to be trying to do this shit. For anybody to think that you should, tribal combat, yes, that should be the greatest idea ever. First off,
you're an idiot.
No, you're dumb as shit. An idiot can at least go back and change his mind, but this is just dumb as shit. You can't change shit.
To quote the great Forrest Gump, the wise prophet, stupid is as stupid does.
Yep.
And you can't fix stupid. I mean, we look at the people who are storming the Capitol. Dudes are walking in here screaming Trump with hippopotamus fangs, bruh.
Hey, hold up.
I wish that I could pull up the picture.
Hey, no, look, I got this shit. Hey, I've been waiting for this one.
I've
been waiting for this one, bro.
We've seen the true things of MAGA.
Woo, shit. Hey, bro, I've never seen some scary shit like this in my whole entire life. You know what? I came to the conclusion that's why the cops ran.
Said in the darkest hours of our democracy, we were attacked by domestic terrorists who bared their fangs and showed us their ugliness.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers' discretion is advised. Let me see, pull this shit up right now. There we go. Y'all see this shit? This one went and attacked the Capitol yesterday. You know what? Now that I think about it, if I was Capitol Police, I'd be running. I would be backpedaling up them stairs too.
I would be scared they were trying to bite me.
Look at it.
I would be scared they were trying to bite me, son.
Look at it.
God
dang.
I can't.
He ain't gonna nibble on you. He gonna take a whole piece out of your neck.
Well, let me tell you something. They were able to get through the barricade because looking at his mouth, I gotta believe that dog shit smelled like a breakfast compared to what was coming out of his mouth. And then I look at his wife, his shark tooth wife over there with a second
bro,
row of bottom teeth.
Fuck all that shit. How you gonna come up in here talking about you want justice? You need to get justice for that dental plan your ass got.
Listen, what you need to do is ask your wife for some of the teeth she got to put in your mouth.
Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit right here? I mean, damn. This is terrifying.
It is.
That's the face of MAGA right there. That is what rushed the Capitol yesterday. Golly. You know what? I was gonna get mad at the cops for a little bit, but you know what? I don't blame y'all. I've been backpedaling. I've been like Red's dad off of Friday. You want some of this old man? No. With them teeth.
All I got is a taser.
Look, he sharpened his teeth. He said, "I got Mamba mentality."
He sharpened his teeth.
Man, got the hills have eyes over here and shit, man. Come on. Hey, look, why you think Secret Service was putting bullets in their asses, bro? They were like, "You see my man with them teeth, bro? Hey, man, look, full clip. Let's go."
Man, I'm listen. I'm gonna try to reserve what I was about to say because
I know what you about to say, but you know what? Yeah, you're gonna reserve that, man.
Yeah. But
hey, man, they need that. The Pope need to bless them damn teeth or something. Shit,
man, bro. Listen, the what is it? The Pope's security. What is it? The Swiss Guard that would not let that man anywhere near the Pope.
The Swiss Guard, bro, man. Shit, man. Somebody need to do an exorcism on them damn teeth. Shit.
Hey, right. I don't even think the Pope would touch that one. He'd be like, "Look, my son," said, "hell awaits you." But
hey, bro, you wild for that one. But I'm like I said, bro, I'm at a loss of words just looking at this shit right here. Like, bro, you thought it was cool to just be running around here with teeth like that? Look, this is why we have Obamacare, so you don't have teeth like this. They chose not to use Obamacare. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need the Affordable Care Act, you need to use that shit, or your teeth are going to look like this. These are the dumbasses that are rushing up to the Capitol, believing that we don't need an Affordable Care Act. Look, I know sometimes the shit don't work in your favor, but damn it, you need some medical attention with your teeth. Nobody's teeth should be looking like this. Y'all saying that, well, I don't want universal health care. Damn it, you're going to need universal health care for that shit.
This is what teeth is supposed to look like.
Jeez.
Good God.
Screen, man. That was like the boogeyman.
I might not be able to go to sleep without a light on today. but getting back to lighthearted and all comic relief. This is we have to get back to being Americans. There has to be some way that we can get back to working together to improve our situations, to improve our government, to improve our cities, to improve our homes, to improve how we relate with each other. Because we are on a dangerous path. We have been on a dangerous path for a while now. The world no longer respects us. And with this type of shit, they shouldn't. Because America was supposed to be a safe haven. America was supposed to be the place where things like this did not happen. And because it's no longer that place, because our reputation has been besmirched, because we have left allies hanging, because we have embraced those who would who wish to destroy our democracy and what we built. This is what we've been left with.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for this behavior. There is no righteousness. This isn't justice. This isn't anything besides everything that the founding fathers stood against.
Absolutely, man.
It took this event right here for the majority of Republican senators to finally see the light. And it's a bunch of bullshit that they're off board, that they're now jumping off with 13 days left in this presidency. It's a bunch of bullshit that Mitch McConnell's wife, the Department of Transportation Secretary, finally decided to jump off board before she would actually have to vote on invoking the 25th Amendment, unless she already has, because she doesn't leave till Monday, I believe. But for too long, those on the right have ignored their responsibilities to this country by allowing this to continue, by feeding into this farce, by, after all of the days in court, not condemning these actions, not condemning the statements of the president.
Yeah.
Because we all knew that this is where this was going to head to. Even when you go back to the George Floyd protests, when you heard the police officers laughing about the civil wars and being able to shoot as many Black people as they wanted to.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was planned. This is what they were moving towards. And like you said, it's not over. I greatly fear for what may happen on Inauguration Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. If it does, all I ask, I hope they're ready. I hope that they take care of business. And bro, this shit's got to end. We gotta get back to normality.
Absolutely. This is not America. This isn't the America I was born into.
Nope.
Even though it has not been for me, even though this land of the free has left us oppressed, and for all this was still the America I was born into is better than where we are right now.
All I can say is this. Maybe this is the mask has been shedded. Well, the first or second skin, you could say, has been shedded off America. Now we're seeing some of America's true color.
No.
And it needs to just be cleansed. Like, we ask for the folks that we vote into positions of power. We ask them, oh, hey, we need you to get this. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And they don't do it. I'll say this right now, and that's how I'm going to end it. For the folks that have a position in the Senate, House, you're a mayor, you're a governor, you're a representative, a legislator, whatever you are, folks that we have voted for, do your job. Do a better job, because this shit would not have happened if you weren't doing your job. For the ones that allowed it to happen, ladies and gentlemen, you need to get them out of their position and stop allowing them to sit in the spot over and over and over again. And you sitting here complaining because you allowed it. We're talking about we want this, we want that to change. Get rid of some of these clowns that sit in these seats that are not doing their job. The ones that have betrayed our country because they talked about this. They hyped this up. They need to be out of their seats. They need to be gone. Howley, Ted Cruz, all them clowns. It's McConnell. Y'all want 2K for stimulus when everybody's struggling and shit. Yeah, but y'all still voting Mitch McConnell in position. Y'all talking about, oh man, we struggling down here in the Carolina, but y'all still voting for Lindsey Graham, no backbone ass. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Americans with the rights to vote, we need to do a better job. Things will change if you get off your ass and do a better job. Sometimes you got to do a little bit more research on who you're voting for. Do better. We all got to do better. Not just me, everybody. Not just Phil Robinson, everybody. Not just anybody in these comment sections, but everyone. Because we're a society. We got to do better. The act is now. And I'm not saying it's just for who's Republicans. I'm saying Democrats. I'm saying independents, libertarian. Look, we got to do a better job. Get the right folks in that we know they're going to do a better job, that's looking for the future and not for themselves.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nobody should be getting rich off public service.
Absolutely not.
Our real issue is the fact that we're so busy arguing left, right, and center when our true, and I'm not saying all rich people, but when our true enemy is the elites, because there are
they consider me as an elite.
99% of us are not elite. 90% of us are not elite. But 10%, the 1 to 10% is the ones that are ruling everything, the ones that are in the government, the ones that are making all of these laws, all of these rules, all of these regulations that you don't approve of. Taxpayer money is supposed to go to programs for the taxpayers, not into the pockets of our politicians, not as kickbacks to corporations. All this money that corporations are getting is being used to further put us in a cage and do exactly what they say, or risk ruin because you can't afford to feed yourself or your family, or do what it is that you want to do because you have to abide by the rules of your employer.
And not even that with the taxpayers' money. You got departments. You got your EMS groups, you got your fire departments, even your police departments that need that money, but they're using that money for something else. And that's why you got police officers handling stuff that they shouldn't be handling. And that's why you ain't got the proper training going on in your departments anymore because of certain shit like that. Because you have these politicians taking damn money that they shouldn't be using. Baltimore, the city of Baltimore, they can't even get heat in their damn classroom or AC in their classroom. These public schools are looking run down. What the hell are they doing with the money? We paying all these high ass taxes. Hey, bud.
Nephew.
Hey, bud. Give me 5 minutes.
All of this stuff that we're doing and for municipal uses. And somebody in the comment section has said it. We need term limits. Not only do we need term limits, we need age restrictions, because the people who've been in Congress for their entire careers have lost touch with American reality. We have evolved where we are. We are not in the same place that we are when the baby boomers took over. We have new technology, we have new threats, and we have a need to evolve, not turn back the hands of time back to the way things used to be, because you can't do it. You can only move forward, not backwards. And we have a lot of work ahead of us to do in order to move forward as a country and as a people.
As a society. But like I said, these politicians got to do a better job. Now, I see there's some change. I'm going to tell you this. Baltimore's new mayor, dude ain't playing around. He's from there, grew up there. He's about change. But we got to go high on the totem pole where they need to make their change. Real talk.
We need agents of change because we cannot continue to do the same things that we've been doing. We cannot go down. We cannot continue down this rabbit hole that we've been on for the last 4 years.
The problem is this, Phil. I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to get this off my chest. I'm going to end up forgetting it. Problem is, people thought they were going to get changed. They said, maybe we don't need a politician. Let's get a businessman. And I'm going to tell you guys this. Businessman with a track record like that, he don't give a daggone thing about you.
Not at all.
Damn thing about you.
Less than a damn.
The fact that folks thought that oh yeah, well he ain't just like you. He was in the 1%, supposedly. So why would he even care about you? That was the first thing that got me with everybody. All that I could hear is the same narrative. He's a businessman. He don't give a damn. And you see it now. And I'm going to say this. In terms of that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the definition of you reap what you sow. What you voted for is what you got. You reap what you sow. This was our mistake as a society because we did not take an election serious. The right to vote, because there's other countries that don't have that right to vote. Shit, some of the women, it took a while for them to get the right to vote. So when I say this, we need to start taking shit seriously. I know there's shits and giggles. We need some entertainment, laugh, but to be viral clowns and shit and not taking things that have been laid out for us through history so we can be better as a society, that's the problem. We're not taking that shit serious. I'm saying this to the younger crowd, not the crowd that's here that is 30 and over. They should know better, hopefully. But for the ones that are younger than me, we need y'all to take shit serious.
Need to teach the young to take shit serious.
Exactly.
Need to teach the young what it is that they need to do in order to make it a better world for themselves and for the next generation behind them. We all love rappers. We all love pop culture. We all love this and that. We need more congressmen and women. We need more lawyers. We need more doctors. We need more people that are equipped to handle the challenges of this world, this country moving forward.
And hold on. Eugene just said the thing that I've heard since I started coaching. Lots of these kids today want everything handed to them. They don't want to work. And that's the problem. Oh my gosh. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Friend of the program, Eugene, 954. Hit the nail right on the head. These
people
kids
they let their kids this should be handed to me. Well, I don't feel I should have to work for this. And that's what's wrong. If we all had to work for what we had to do, that mindset as a parent should be passed along to your child. I worked for everything I had to. You got to learn that you got to work for some things you had. I'm going to love you no matter what. I get you things, but at an age, I still want you to understand the values of you have to work for what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
I feel like if you're a coach, you're not just coaching kids on how to play a position or hyping them up. You need to also coach them, help coach them on life, because sometimes they might not be hearing that from their parents. It takes a village to raise a child. So when you are coaching and helping guide that child, like a teacher as well, you're playing a part in that child's life. So really, coaches are like teachers because you got to teach them the fundamentals. But everyone needs to teach these kids the proper way if we're going to have a future.
And as parents, we need to be firmer with our children and make them work.
Not saying like child labor, but just teach them the values of working. Hey, you want your PlayStation 5? Do some yard work, bro.
And some accountability.
I'm not gonna bless you with this if you ain't bringing in the correct grades. What happened to that? All of us could remember that if we wanted something, we wanted to go out that Friday and do this and that, we had to bring in something that, okay, what are you doing? What's your part?
Good grades, chores.
You clean up your room. Did you do this? Did you handle the dog around his yard? Did you do this? Accountability, yes. That's the values of society, some of the values of society. And we don't see that anymore.
Not enough of it.
We need to get back to it. We truly do. That's all I gotta say, Phil. That's all I gotta say.
We must come together and heal as a country, embrace each other, talk to each other, and figure out how do we move forward together, lockstep, left or right, moderate, centralist, whatever, libertarian, whatever it is that we cannot change anything by ourselves. We have to change it together. And that is one of the principles that this country was founded on. And as we move forward, God bless America. I'm Phil Robinson. He's Phil Jones. And this is the Unfiltered Truth.
Y'all take care. God bless. And hey, you want to recap the show? Follow on our YouTube page, The Unfiltered Truth. Excuse me, The Unfiltered Truth. Make sure y'all heard that good. Take care, y'all. Let's try to get back to normality as a society.
One step at a time, but starting with coming together, because we can't get anything until we're moving as one.
Take care.